Hey guys, Joe here, and here we are to learn about the main man himself, Mario. Just to note, this video is my opinions and opinions of others that have made written guides. Sorry if I give you any false information. If I do happen to find any false information or wording or such, tell me in the comments down below. I'll try to find an annotation or something telling the truth, because I'm not perfect, so let's try to get this as good as we can in the comments below. Mario was first introduced in 1985 on the Nintendo Entertainment System. In that game, you played as Super Mario. In later years, he received many games such as Super Mario Galaxy, Minis March Again, and Mario Kart, just to name a few. He's a loved character that is probably the most well-known character to date from any video game series. Mario is, in general, a combo character. He can go from many combos from up tilt to up tilt to up B, to throw combos from down tilt to up B. He can do a lot of different combos that allow him a lot of high percent. Now, being a combo character does mean that he's not the best at spacing, and not the best at everything, but when he does get you in a combo, he will do major damage, and then finish you off with a very powerful smash attack. Overall, Mario is a very good, offensive combo character in my opinion. Mario's dash attack is really good in this game. It comes out really fast and does pretty high percent. Also, it does allow you a very good out of shield option, and can sometimes combo into other moves. Now, a really good thing about this move is that it does linger for a tiny bit, so you can't hit the enemy even if they try to dodge roll, so it is pretty nice about Mario. It does give him a very good matchup for certain characters like Luigi, who have no answers to his dash attack because it's just so fast and does too much damage, so much knockback. It's a really good dash attack, and I would recommend using it quite a bit in your gameplay. Mario's jab attack is overall pretty good. It goes out pretty fast and does quite a bit of damage to the opponent. You can sometimes just do one jab and then grab, or two jabs and then grab, and this will allow you to get a grab, which is one of your main things about Mario. So it is a pretty good jab attack, it's a pretty good jab combo. I wouldn't recommend using it all the time, but if you are in a tight place and you need a fast attack, jab is definitely the move for you. Mario's forward tilt is decent. It's pretty much like Luigi's and Captain Falcon's, stuff like that. It comes out pretty fast and it does do okay damage. It doesn't really combo into anything, but you can use it as spacing if you do a pivot forward tilt. It isn't the most useful move in the planet, but it does have some situations. It does let you sneak in a little bit of damage sometimes, and mostly it just keeps the opponent away at certain percents. Mario's up tilt is pretty much his bread and butter move out of his entire kit. Now, what it does is it hits above him really fast. You can usually get 1, 2, or maybe even 3 hits right above him, and it does hit on his body. You can go down throw into this move, you can go forward throw sometimes into this move, you can pivot into this move. It has a lot of ways to get into it, and some other stuff you can do with it is go up tilt, up B. You can go up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, up tilt if they don't tag away, or if they just don't hold the right direction when they're DIing. You can also go up tilt into up air, or even up tilt into down air. There's a lot of ways that you can go with up tilt, and it is pretty easy to get, especially since your grab goes into perfect up tilt fodder. I would recommend you use this move quite a bit. It's your main damaging move. This is how you'll get your percent when you're both at low percent. So you should probably be trying to use this. It's really good up until 50, 60, maybe 70%. After that, it does hit them a little bit too far to combo, but before that, it is definitely one of his best moves. Down tilt is Mario's second best comboing move in my opinion. What it does is kick out his leg pretty fast. It isn't the best hitbox, but if it does hit, you can usually go down tilt into down tilt, or you can go a down tilt into a grab. Also, some stuff that you can do is go down tilt into forward tilt, or you can just go down tilt into neutral air. It has a lot of moves, it can do a lot of stuff. It is a little bit of a mix-up, because most of the time they will be expecting your up tilt, but you could go for some down tilts, and it can mess up the DI. Now, down tilt can be DI'd out of a bit more easily, but it is pretty good on its own, so I would recommend using down tilt and adding it to your repertoire just in case you don't use it that much. Mario's side smash is actually pretty darn good. It comes out really fast and it does do quite a bit of damage. It's not his fastest move, of course, because it is a smash attack, but it does come out pretty fast comparatively to a lot of other smash attacks. Now, it does have a hitbox at the end that will do a lot of damage, and near him it won't do as much, but it still does quite a bit depending on what character you're fighting. Mario's side smash has a lot of knockback, and it will do a lot of damage to the opponent even if it doesn't kill them. It can be used out of certain combos, but most of the time you'll just be using this move as a read move, just in case you know that the opponent will roll somewhere, or if you know that they're going to jump somewhere. It is a really good punishing move, and should be used kind of often. Mario's down smash is a very quick dance move. It hits all the way around him and does pretty good damage. It has a very good hitbox, and it does do, once again, pretty good damage and knockback. This move is really good for predicting rolls, and it does hit in front of you instead of behind you. You should probably remember that since a lot of people hit behind instead of in front of. It can't really be used from combos, but once again it's really good as a read move. Most of his smashes are good just to read the opponent, so keep that in mind. Mario's up smash is a lot different than his other smashes, that being that it kills late, but it also will combo early. Unlike his other smashes, this one does combo. What you can do is go up tilt into up smash, down tilt into up smash, down throw into up smash, you can go up smash into neutral air. You can do a lot of stuff out of up smash and into up smash. It's very good and very fast. Also, once you get late game, you will be able to kill with this move. It's not quite as early as a kill as some other people's up smashes, but it is pretty early and it does quite a bit of damage. Just make sure not to stall it out for later into the game. It does hit from behind him first, and then it hits into the front of him, so make sure that you're facing the opposite direction of the opponent because it will hit from the back to the front instead of from the front to the back. That's something that's really tricky to get used to, but you will get used to it after a certain amount of time. Mario's up throw early into the game can be okay. It is more of a mix-up throw because his down throw is obviously his best one, but you can use this throw them up. It will hit them up just a little bit early into the game. You can go for a neutral air or up air or even an up B. This is not the best throw because you can air dodge all of his options out of this throw. I would recommend down throw, but if you do want a mix-up option, this can be the one for you. This throw is Mario's best throw, simply because it can go into up tilt, down tilt, nair, up air. It can go into pretty much all of his moves and is extremely good for that. Now, if you do get a throw, I would recommend pretty much always going to this one. Sometimes you can air dodge or do certain techniques to get out of this throw, but most of the time it won't be able to happen. And this throw can really just combo into most of his moves. Once again, up tilt, down throw, it can do a lot of stuff. It can combo into other throws if you play it right. Now, this throw may not be the best in all situations, I said. It does not kill, and at high percents, sometimes it will hit them a bit too far. So don't always use this throw at way too high percents, but at middle to low to even some high percents, I would recommend to use this throw quite a bit. Mario's back throw is just a plain out kill throw. It doesn't really do anything else, but it does spin them around in a circle and then kill them really early into the game actually. It goes 120-ish%, or if you have rage, maybe only 110, 100. It is really a quite good throw. It's not the best kill throw in the game, but it is really nice that Mario has one because sometimes it can be hard to get kills with Mario, so definitely a good addition to his kit. Mario's forward throw will probably be one of your least used throws. It doesn't combo very well and it can't do much. You can go forward throw into dash attacks at certain percents, but it is not guaranteed. They can take off the ground, they can do a lot of stuff. Most of the time I won't go for forward throw. It can be useful if you want them to get off the stage at certain times, or it can be useful if you want to space a little bit with your neutral B, but most of the time just go for down throw, up throw, pretty much any throw but forward throw. Now I'm not saying that this is completely useless, but it is probably one of the least useful moves. Mario's Nair is one of his first combo aerials. Now this aerial doesn't combo very well at high percents, above 60 or 70, but below it, it can combo really well into grabs and other such things. All you have to do is go for the Nair, you can hit it pretty much anywhere on it, and then go for a grab, a down air, an up air, or even a back air. It does combo pretty well into other aerials at low percent. If you get into higher percents, it won't do much. It does not kill like Luigi's, so don't bet on that, and it does hit them a bit forward instead of up, so I would definitely not bet on this move way too much for late game, but for the early game it is pretty good. Mario's forward air is his dunk. Now it isn't really that useful in all honesty, but it is really cool if you hit the dunk. It will hit them and kill them. Pretty much 60-70% guaranteed on most characters. It is a very good dunk, probably my favorite one of the game, but once again, it is not really that useful of a move. It just looks really cool, so I would recommend using it if you want some style points, but if you really want to do well in a lot of games, don't use this move way too much. Mario's down air is a spin move that hits quite a few times and then has a finisher. Now if you do hit the ground before the finisher, it will auto cancel in some situations, so you can combo this move into other attacks. This I really use a lot as an ender move, or I use it at low percents to combo into back air or nair. It's pretty good. It can also be comboed into grabs, so it does have a lot of usage. Now it isn't his best aerial, but it is pretty nice, so don't forget this. It's a really nice mix-up also, just to mention. Mario's up air is probably his best combo aerial, to be honest. You can go up air into up air into up air at some percentages. You can just juggle the opponent. You can do a lot of stuff. You can also go up air into forward air, up air into down air, up air into back air, up air into nair. You can go up air into pretty much everything. It is really nice. A higher percent, it does hit them a bit too far, and it doesn't really kill. None of his aerials kill way too well, but it does combo really well. It does a lot of high percent. I would recommend using a lot of up air in your games. And you can even go down tilt into up air, up tilt into up air. There are so many choices with up air. Just do not forget it. It is very, very nice. Mario's back air is once again another combo aerial. It doesn't combo into itself that well. Sometimes you can get one or two, but it can be used as a finisher of the combo, or you can just go back air into neutral air or something like that. Mario's combos are all different depending on what percents people are at and stuff, so you really just have to kind of try them out and see what gets the best for you. His back air is pretty good, but it is definitely not his best aerial. Don't use it way too much, but it does have the longest range, and it does have a little hitbox at the end that'll do a bit more damage, so it's pretty nice, just not his best one. When you press neutral B, Mario will send out his fireballs. Now, he can throw them pretty fast. Usually I will jump to fireball because it does help with the ending lag, but you don't have to. It's just a little tip. You can reversal fireballs, you can do all other stuff with fireballs. Fireballs really help you apply pressure and make the opponent get close to you, which is especially good for Mario because you want to be close, and that's how you get your combos at really close ranges. It's a really good addition to Mario's kit and a really good thing to use a lot. Now, if the opponent is close, the fireballs will come out a bit too slow to actually be useful, but if they're at medium to longish ranges, you can just throw out a few fireballs, and the enemy will probably come closest to you, and it will be pretty useful overall. Mario's side B is a cape reflector. It is pretty useful. You can use it to reflect any projectile. It doesn't come out way too fast, but it doesn't have the most ending lag out of any move. Also, what it does is turn the direction of the opponent if they're using any attack, or just turn them at any point of the game. Now, this may not sound very good, but against certain people like Ganondorf, Link, and other people like that, you can side B them while they're recovering. They will turn the other direction, and they will just die. It's really funny. It's really good, actually, in that respect. So try to get quite a bit of side B gimps. It's really good for that, but also you can reflect projectiles. So against certain characters like Samus, it is pretty useful to have this move. Mario's up B is a little bit more than just a plain recovery, even though it can do that. Mario's up B can actually be used to combo the opponent from down throw to up B, up tilt to up B. You can do a lot of stuff into up B. It doesn't do the most percent, but it does a decent amount. It will not kill, but it is pretty much just a combo special, which he doesn't really have other than this. So you can use this in some of your combos, and it will be pretty nice. His down B is one of his recover sometimes. What it does is charge up some water, and then you can shoot it out. It's similar to Greninja's up B, how the water physics work. It shoots the opponent, it can gimp certain people at certain percents, but overall it's not that useful, not really worth charging. It can help you boost you to the right or the left a little bit, so it does have some recovery in that situation. But overall, just charge these I guess if you really want to, but I usually don't. It can be useful, but most of the time it will end up not doing that much. I have gone over this term quite a bit, but I think I have to go over it again just for Mario. It is very useful for him because his grabs are so good. What you have to do this is run a direction, and then immediately press the other direction and press the grab button after you do that. If done right, it should turn Mario around and grab the opponent. It will actually give it a better hitbox to grab also, and it's pretty nice for that. Now, I'm sorry that I have gone over this twice or 3 times, but it is very useful on Mario. I will recommend to try to pivot grab as much as you can. Just get them a lot. His grabs are so great, and they combo into pretty much every single one of his moves. This one is very, very simple. All you have to do is get a up tilt, and then after you do that, just keep up tilting as much as you can. For certain characters like DDD, you might get 3 or 4, versus other people like Kirby, you might only get 1 or 2, but just do as much as you can. This really depends on you having to learn the matchups and stuff. After you do that, go for some up airs or neutral airs. This will get you quite high damage on the opponent, and is just your main easy move that you can do a lot. This is a very useful one. I don't see it that much, but it is very nice to do. All you have to do is get a down tilt, however you want to do it. Go down tilt into down tilt, or just a single down tilt into a jab attack. Now, a lot of people don't actually see this coming. It is really fast, and it's pretty hard to DI because it is so fast. So this is a really good combo. Just don't use it way too much, but I just never see it coming, so I would recommend to use this sometimes in your games. For this one, usually all I do is run up, do a pivot up smash, and then up tilt once or twice. After that, I go for an air, and this can really help you reset into some other combos. You can go for some back airs, you can go for a lot of other stuff depending on how the opponent DIs. but this is a pretty hard to guess and very fast combo that most people just won't see coming. What you do have to do for this is get a short hop behind the opponent, go short hop back air, and then immediately go for a forward tilt. This can also trip the opponent, so it will let you get into some other combos. That is not guaranteed though, but if it does trip the opponent, you can go into grab, you can go into a lot of other stuff. This is pretty fast, and it is something they can do on the ground, so it's really nice. Okay, so in this portion I will be going over some of the differences between Mario and Dr. Mario. Now they are very different, so I won't be able to go over it all. If you see any differences that I didn't cover, tell in the description below, or tell in the comments. I will definitely not go over them all because there are a ton. So, the first one that I really like is his up B. His up B is actually a kill move. It does hit a bit slower, but if you do hit it right at the tip, it will kill. The second thing is that his neutral air, if you use his neutral air and let it sit for a while, it will actually do more damage. It'll do about 4% more. The third thing is his forward air. Now his forward air is actually quite a bit better than regular Mario's. Instead of dunking them downward, it will hit them forward, letting it be a kill move on the stage and letting it do a lot of damage. The third thing is that his down air. Now I don't really like his down air that much. It does kind of spike them, but really not that well. It can be used for comboing, but overall I like regular Mario's down air. Something that he does have though that is a lot better is his down B. Now, it may not be as good as Luigi's, but it is similar to Luigi's. It just lets you spin across the field. It can be used to get some combos. Now, one thing about combos, Dr. Mario is not as good at comboing as regular Mario. His hits have a bit too much attack and have a bit too much knockback to really get as big of combo strings. They aren't too bad, but really Mario is generally a better character, but don't be discouraged, Dr. Mario is pretty good. Some other good things about him is that his vitamins are quite a bit better than regular fireballs. They do a bit more damage, and they also bounce in a way that makes them a lot harder to guess where they're going. Something also nice is that his side B does have a bigger win box in my opinion. I think it does, so that is pretty good about him. He does have some buffs, some nerfs. His side smash is an example of a buff. It kills a lot earlier, but it also attacks a little bit slower, so take that as you will. Dr. Mario has a lot of different stuff. If you want to check it out, look up Smashboards and look up differences between Mario and Dr. Mario. These are just a few that hit the tip of the iceberg. Sorry if these don't go over really directly how to play Dr. Mario, but these should be the differences that might give you a little tip how to play him, or might help you decide whether to pick Mario or the Doc. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to comment in the comment section below who you want me to go for next time. This character was brought to you by Jared64, so shoutouts. If you do want a character, I'll shout you out, whatever. And just make sure that you comment who you want. This really helps me pick who I want to do next. For the next video, I will be choosing what you do. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below if you did enjoy the video. Press the subscribe button if you want more videos like these. I also do top 5s and other stuff like that. So if you do want to see that, make sure to subscribe. Thank you all for watching and see you next time.